So it's 6:37 in the morning right now. I'm just sitting in the car, letting it warm up. I woke up a little bit ago. I'm supposed to have left at 6:30. That has not happened because it is 44 degrees outside. Didn't consider me having to warm up the car. Alrighty, I think we're finally ready to roll. Sun rises at 7 a.m. It's right now 6:42. We're gonna see if we can make it there in time, because it's not just the sun that's rising. Work on the ranch also starts. So we're almost there. It is ridiculously foggy down here. I hope once we get actually up, it's gonna be a whole lot less foggy. We're gonna have to see though. These stoplights are not doing us any favors though. It's already getting brighter, I'm sure you can tell. It won't be long. My clock here says 8 minutes till 7 when the sun rises. Who knows if that's right, it's a car clock. But we're definitely cutting it close. So I've managed to hit like every stoplight now. Luckily, no more stoplights after this. We're just gonna go up into the hills. So that is very nice. There's no one even here. We're just stopping for the heck of it, I suppose.
Welcome to Boyer Ranch.
This is my grandpa. I call him Poppy. He started Boyer Ranch in 1979 with my grandma, Nami. They started out with 1,500 avocado trees, but have transitioned to various other fruits over the years.
Lemons and persimmons and some wine grapes as the avocado trees got older and some of them diseased and whatnot. So you'll see that today. We also have about 18 acres, and if you look over here, all the way down this side of the grove is a ecological corridor, and it's left perfectly natural for the animals to have a place. And I am so thrilled that Hockey is going to spend the day today helping me. I had a biking accident last year, and so I don't move as well and whatnot, and I can always use my grandson's help. So I'm going to turn it over to him, and he'll take you from here on. We'll be doing a couple of projects. We typically will pick fruit, do irrigation, fix pipes, plant new trees, and all those kind of things. And so we do some of that today. All right, thank you. Well.
My grandpa was very excited that I wanted to help him while documenting daily life on the Grove. This is him giving today's schedule to Mario, his one employee. Although I caught the sunrise, I missed their actual conversation. This is a reenactment. My grandpa wanted you to get the full experience. You see, he's something of a filmmaker himself.
So I was the sales manager at Disneyland, and we needed to do a promotional piece to kind of advertise grad night. That was one of the areas I was in charge of. I got this big fanfare, and they hired like this world famous photographer who had done like Sports Illustrated and Playboy and all sorts of magazines. He was, a big deal in the studio, used him a lot. Well, this was back in the old days when it wasn't digital. So we had rolls of film. So the first thing I noticed is he had this belt that he had on his camera, and he had typically what we call a SLR camera, a single lens reflective camera. And, it's a big thing like this, and it has lots of different lenses you put on and everything else. We're only doing like, I don't know, a 2 or 3 minute, promotional, video. Anyway, he had this special motor that he attached to the bottom of his camera, and then when he pushed it, if he wanted to, he could hold the button down and it would go and, do like a whole bunch of pictures really fast. He says, I will take for you literally 1,000 pictures, but I'm going to show you 50. And they'll all look good. F stop, F stop, F stop, picture, picture, picture. That's what I would tell you when you're doing this documentary. man, just take as many pictures as you possibly can, and then they'll all look good.
Okay.
What are you trying to do now?
Set up the camera.
What for?
Film our discussion.
Today is just a planning day. We wanted to make sure you see different aspects of what life is like here. Although it was also important to me that we keep it as authentic as possible.
What would be the most actual helpful if I'm genuinely trying to help?
If you were genuinely, how much time do I have?
On Thursday?
I mean, like, do I have 4 hours? Is that what you're saying? Like, what would I genuinely use you for?
Sure,
for
4 hours.
Then Ming would help me the most.
Okay. Then let's do Ming's.
Okay.
Make a mental note of Ming's. It'll be important later.
Alright, so I'm on my way right now. A little late, as usual. Happened to hit all of the school for the middle schoolers. It's right when they get in right now, so we'll see. But this is day number 2. The first day wasn't really counting. This is the real deal now.
This was not the real deal. There was some slight miscommunication, so I just ended up doing some standard yard work. My grandpa and Mario don't only do work on the ranch, they take care of 3 other properties as well. This is one of them. Nothing too fancy. Mowing lawns. Picking weeds.
I can carry it. You got your stuff there.
Although I did have time to play pool with my grandma. I lost.
Maybe.
Maybe.
There's no maybe. Well, maybe.
Okay, so proper ranch day. We're about to head over. Should be there actually for like 4 hours. We're gonna get there at like 8 o'clock. Stay there till 12. We're doing actual ranch work this time, but we're gonna head over there and try to be on time. Alrighty, we are here. Very exciting. Very exciting. Whoops, not in park. That would have been even more exciting. Hi, Poppy.
There it is.
We start off with changing the water. They watered the avocados yesterday, so today it's the lemons, persimmons, and grapes.
They're not doing very well. They're actually almost 40 years old, and they're diseased now, so we're slowly cutting them down, trying to save as much as we can. We're going to start replanting. And this is a tensiometer that we use to tell us when we've watered and when we need to water. So it shows the pressure actually of the water trying to get in and out of that tube based upon how much moisture there is in the ground. Okay? All right, so we'll go over here and we'll turn on the grapes. This will be our Cabernet section, and it's just started to leaf out from being dormant. We trimmed them all. You can see the trimmings at the end of the aisles, but we trimmed them all from last year, and now they're just starting to come back, and we'll then pick them in the late summer and make some more wine.
This seems like a good time to mention the main issue I faced during the documentary. My phone was having issues with storage, so I ended up having to use my grandpa's phone. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have recorded 20 minutes of me picking weeds. But there's a lot of water valves, and it's a big property. But eventually, success. Remember Mings? Yeah, it's important now. Mings is one of the other properties my grandpa takes care of, and it's kind of a mess. We are working with pipes today. Not terribly difficult, but it's what my grandpa said would help him the most.
So Mario, maybe es necesito de clean a little más because of the cantar. No aquí, but aquí, por the machine. So what we're doing here is we're gonna take this existing pipe and we're gonna add an extension to it, and then it's gonna go along this trench, and then we're gonna pop up with lines of valves that we can hook up our sprinkler system to, and then we're going to run the sprinkler system all across here. There's a few existing trees that are already in there, and then we're going to go ahead and add new trees this spring to make this section all full. So when we're done, we'll probably have about 35 or 40 trees over here. So here we're cleaning off all the burrs that the saw put on it so it's smooth, so we can put our extension piece in there. And you can see now how the water that was in the pipe has gone away, and now it's dry, so we can work on it and glue our piece in. So this has about 120 pounds of PSI on it, so it's really important that we get a really good connection. So when we put our piece in there, we're going to put primer on it, which softens up the pipe first, and then we put glue on it, and that way the glue can integrate right into the pipe. And then we have to let it sit for 24 hours for this kind of pressure. If we didn't have this kind of pressure, it wouldn't be necessary to do the primer.
Does it look good on your side?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that looks good.
fun.
Okay, so I'm done with my day at the ranch. 4 hours doing mainly pipe stuff. There were definitely some complications, less so with the actual pipes, more so with the actual equipment that I was using for this. Like I said, some of my stuff on my phone, I had storage issues. I honestly at this point do not know how much of it I actually got. And then my grandpa has to send me over stuff from his phone. So it is what it is. Overall, I think it was good that I did this. I think I definitely did help my grandpa, as always.
You see why I needed your help today? I can't get down on the ground like that anymore, to help Mario.
I mean, it was tiring. As far as physical endurance, it was tiring. I got a little lightheaded at times. Should have probably brought some refreshments. Again, though, the equipment is really what the problem was here. Hopefully the audio on this is okay, because my phone had a falling out with my mic here. Literally, I have no clue where my mic is. Just this little stud for my mic is just stuck in my phone's port. So that's solid. But hopefully at the end of the day, the gains will outweigh the losses that we have here. So we'll hope so. At the end of the day, I still helped my grandpa. My one concern is that I still have to do voiceovers for a lot of this. Just because so much of it that I didn't catch, it's going to mean, because I got less footage, I'm going to have to be a little more heavy with the voiceovers, because I really want to do this thing where I was kind of talking to the camera a little more. But with the nature of me needing to help and me not having a functional camera, having to use my grandpa's camera, I didn't have complete control all the time. And I have no clue how the footage is that my grandpa filmed. because I had to help him. So hopefully that is decent. If anything, entertaining. And informative. It's a documentary after all.